So Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2, same old against Liverpool. So naive at times tonight, Kenny. You was at the game, soaking wet, freezing cold. From what I've heard, the stadium was rocking tonight as well. Great
Yeah,
atmosphere. Started off pretty well. First half, little bit of a chess match. Liverpool
yeah.
didn't really want to go too gung ho. We didn't really throw bodies forward when we had ample opportunity to do so. But then second half, we had the warning shot from the Mane disallowed goal. Chance from Laka. It was almost like the Stevie G to Thierry Henry back in the day with a yeah. And after that, the rest is history. What did you make of it, man?
Well, first and foremost, the first half, two teams showed each other a lot of respect, cancelled each other out. The only chance of any sort of discernible quality was a header that was brilliantly saved by Ramsdale from Van Dijk and the chance from Mane. Apart from that, two teams like paid each other respect. Both teams defensively, their shape was fantastic. But the second half, it's where you get to see the levels of where Arsenal are and where Liverpool are. And basically, it's a game where one team's going for the title, one team's going to the top four. And if you translate that into from Martian into proper English, there's a massive gap between Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea just a little bit behind them. But after Chelsea, the gap's massive, and it showed today. And it's no criticism of Arsenal. It's just that it exemplified that through the benches. We bring on Smith Rowe, Pepe, and Nketiah. They've got players like Salah, Firmino. They've got Keita, all expensive assembled players. Jota scores a goal, gets taken off, replaced by Salah. Firmino comes on, scores a goal. And I think that's where Liverpool got the greater quality, is their bench is fantastic. And this is a team that's been playing together for 4 years. If you look at the Champions League final against Real Madrid, which they lost 3-1 when they had the donkey and the pork chop in goal, apart from that, that is a team that Liverpool were playing, so they know each other's jobs, and these are just levels. Arsenal have been beating the teams they should be beating, and this is kind of a carbon copy of what we were doing under Wenger for most of the time in the Emirates. We still probably, because of the lack of quality and the gap between Liverpool and us, still struggle to beat these teams that are on paper historically our rivals.
Mate, it's mad because do you know what? For all the good that we've done in the last couple of weeks, and we've said it, me, you, Jez, Northside, Ola, even a few others, even non-Arsenal fans have said it. Yeah, it's great to have the points on the board. It's great to have the games in hand. But I think the majority of Arsenal fans got deluded and blinded by the fact that, we're actually fourth. Yeah, yes. We're fourth at the minute. Forgetting that the 3 games in hand that we have over Manchester United, by the way, we're 1 point ahead of them and 3 above Tottenham. The 3 games in hand that we have were Liverpool. Yeah, we lost tonight. So now we've got 2. Chelsea away. Yes, we beat them and done the double last season, but that's not an easy away trip. And then Tottenham away, we ain't won for 8 years, and they won again tonight. So let's say we lost, worst case scenario, all 3. We've lost 1, we've got 2 to go. We're only 1 point ahead of Man United and 3 ahead of Tottenham and West Ham. So I think people need to calm down. Listen, we've got Aston Villa on Saturday, early kickoff. Then it's international. Then we've got Palace away. And this is why people like me and you are very cautious with it. Tonight, Liverpool didn't get out of third gear, mate.
Well, but they have quality. They have quality. And I think that's what we got to remember. They don't have to get out of third gear. But what's happened is that when you're that solid team and where you basically got a lot of game managers, which Liverpool have, in terms of, and that's all over the place, because you don't have to be your defenders that have game managers. Henderson game manager, to a certain extent, Mane and Salah are game managers. All of them control the tempo of the game. You score the first goal, and then 5 minutes later you get a second goal. You virtually kill the game off with about nearly 25 minutes to go, and that's what we've done. We killed the game off, and that is where we lost it, and that's where we have to significantly improve. The run was fantastic, but you're beating teams you should be. That is what we were doing under Arsene Wenger to get the top 4. Our sort of performances probably will get to the top 4, but you want something bigger. I want something bigger. Northside wants something bigger. Jez wants something bigger, and this is what we have to aspire to. This is a litmus test. Spurs away is going to be a different litmus test because it's where we we have to win one of those away games to get the top four. And then obviously Chelsea, locked down. Chelsea already comfortable in terms of getting that top four place. We were just beating anyone a day. Those are the big games. But, what is going to define our season is probably not going to be those games. But those games will matter if it's tight between ourselves, West Ham and Spurs. But, Aston Villa and Palace are the sort of games that, we should be in. However, you made a very significant point. The fact that, we've got Villa at 12:30. And, this isn't time for us to feel sorry for ourselves. As I said on my Instagram page, leave all the bitching and cussing and screaming to me, you and everyone else. Players, switch on now. Switch on now. You've got a bit of a, you've got the cane for the headmaster. And it's a bit of a sharp pain in your backsides, but it's a learning curve, you learn from pain. You know what I mean?
And do you know what the sad thing was tonight? Is the first 45 minutes, Lacazette and Odegaard, maybe not so much the whole 45 minutes, but we limited them to nothing, yeah? The first 2 minutes, they were all over us. They came up quick. Yeah, Ramsdale made a great save. They had 3 corners on the trot, made a great save. After that, Ramsdale did nothing in that first half. He had nothing to do. Odegaard was superb for 20 minutes. He had a ball 100%. Where he played it to Saka, but the pitch, it had a lot of water on it. He didn't put enough on it. If Saka goes in, different story. Martinelli, I just want to touch on Martinelli, by the way. Yeah, I've said, and I said it all the way through the watch along, right? That guy tonight, the only player that can walk off of that pitch for our team and say, do you know what? I'm actually good enough to play for Liverpool.
Well, there's two players. It's one of them's Thomas Partey. Because, he played well today as well.
Maybe
70 minutes as well, and Martinelli, and he did himself justice, But again, he's got a limited tank of energy, and some of the players haven't got it. And you just have to worry about Villa on Saturday if he's got that same spark and endeavour, because TV is basically shafted not just Arsenal, it shafts football clubs and away fans all the time. 8:15 on a Wednesday, then 12:30 on a Saturday. Now, don't get me wrong, that's fantastic for the armchair fan, but in terms of
it's not for me, Kenny. I'm still going to be doing player ratings with you and Jez at about 2 a.m.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. But the whole situation, the whole demeanour, the whole situation thing is that's how football is. But if Arsenal feel sorry for themselves, that means we're getting to our bad old ways that we did in December when we lost to Man United and lost straight afterwards lost to Everton. We can't do that because, as I said before, what we're doing now is good enough for the top four. But moving forward, we can't go back to what we had on with Arsenal and Wenger. It's not a criticism of Mikel. It's a criticism and a warning to Arsenal Football Club, because we've seen what's happened when you do settle for the top four and you do pat yourself to the back. What happens is the season afterwards, if you don't replicate that or you get complacent, you fall where we were last season, the season before, 8th place. So, again, 6 or 7 players Arsenal have to buy. And that's not a criticism of the players today. It's just that Liverpool has shown us today about the standards that you need to compete with the highest level. By all means, do it organically. But when you've got vacancies like we have in our squad for 6 or 7 players, take them. But don't make sure that they're top players who can get in the team. Not players who are just there to make up the numbers. I think, when you have players that make up the numbers, you look at the benches. Liverpool had players like Salah come to the bench. Had players like Jones, Firmino come to the bench. Kate is on the bench. What's our options? Rob Holding.
Eddie
Nketiah. Obviously, Pepe's a £72 million player, but he can't get the side. Smith Rowe is a player that's our top goal scorer, but he's on the level of the players Liverpool got on the bench, and that is what's lost us the football match today, and what's won it for Liverpool. Is the fact is that they got the players who can actually genuinely make a difference when they come on the bench, and also got the players who can change the tempo of the football match. Yes, you said that. They've got the manager, and the most important, they've got the manager experience. But as I said before, unless we by next season, we are going to have a lot of humbling experiences, and where we're going to be frustrated, because as much as people are going to celebrate us getting the top 4 because it hasn't happened for 5 years, there's going to be a time when we keep on getting the top 4, and they're going to notice that we're not beating the big teams again, and we're levels behind them. And that's where the frustration happened with Arsene. So we don't want to go through that again. And, you know, Mikel, as much as, results are going his way, he's no fool. And he shouldn't be a fool. And he should say, right, this is where I need to go for this team. And hopefully, you know, he understands what we've been saying a long time, that we have to be the Arsenal to compete. We can't just be someone picking up the numbers. Look at Villarreal. You know, that much maligned Unai Emery is in the quarter. I believe they beat Juventus and they're in the quarterfinals of the Champions.
They slapped them 3-0. And I remember when the draw was done, Kenny, I remember saying he will absolutely slap them and get through. And they will down after 1 minute at their own ground, and they ended up winning 4-1.
You see, that's the thing. You know, there's levels, and this levels where the players have got to get to, and there's levels where Arteta's got to get to as well. And you know that this is not a criticism. It's not an Arteta out. We know he's not the right man, but he's not going to be. He's going to prove not to be the right man, and I mean, not to be the right man if he settles for this.
100%. Listen, where do play ratings? Get home safely, mate. Yeah, I know.
Definitely. All right, definitely. I'll get me arse. I'm going to run to Archway and get on the tube to Barnet. I'll speak to you soon.
Don't
mate.
worry. I've still got about an hour, mate. An hour.
Don't you worry about it. I'm going to go and get myself a drink, because I'm thirsty. So I'll speak to you soon.
Love you, mate. Get home safe. Take care.
Speak to you later. All right, bye.
I'll take her out.
Bye.